Hello, everybody. This is Daniel Wynn, A4M Director of Business Development. I want to welcome everybody to tonight's webinar where we're going to speak about the power of having a great website and the proper usage of a blog. So, the first question I have for the audience is, what is the purpose of your website? I believe the purpose of your website is to be a salesman, and it should be working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But you could also say that the purpose of the website is to tell your story and get patients to call and set appointments for your expertise in anti-aging. What makes a great website? A great website should have a good header, should be clean and easy to navigate. What I mean by a good header is you should have a picture of yourself, the doctor, or your patients or your clinic that's clean and likable. And a website should be easy to navigate. One of the most important features that you should consider when you build a website or if you create a new website is to have a very keyword-rich domain name. A keyword-rich domain name, like the example below, hormonetherapydrlosangeles.com, is a very good keyword. And it's a very good keyword for one simple reason. It has the keyword in the name of the URL or the domain name. I know for a fact, because I've looked this up, that over 60,000 searches are performed each month in the United States for the keyword hormone therapy. So using that keyword in your location helps you to move your website to the first page of Google as long as you do the other things that I'm going to talk about, which the next subject is search engine optimization. Your website needs to be search engine optimized. And what that means is basically that whoever sets up your website needs to set it up in a way that Google recognizes the information, finds it valuable, and so when people are looking for that information online, they will take that information and it will lead them back to your website. You can look up search engine optimization and learn about it. I just want to let you know that it doesn't matter whether you spend $500, $5,000, or $10,000 on a website. And it could be the most beautiful website with all the prettiest pictures on the world. If it's not search engine optimized, it's not going to be a great website. So, the next step in considering to have a great website is the reasons to get people to come back. You need to make your website sticky. And there's two ways that I'm going to talk about on how any doctor, any anti-aging practitioner can make their website sticky. The first one is that you should add content on a regular basis. And weekly, you should add either an article, a video, a picture, a story, at least once a week. That's 4 updates per month. And if you don't do that, then please do at least 1 update per month. Now, you need a lead capture reminder system. And a lead capture system that I recommend is iContact.com. And here's their address below, www.icontact.com. You need to have an opt-in form on your website that captures people's names and emails when they are on your website. You want to capture people's names and emails because they might not be ready to see you today. And you want to put them into your opt-in autoresponder system so they will be reminded by you of the great value that you have to offer them. And now is the time where you would take those articles and videos and pictures and add those into your autoresponder series. So when somebody comes in to your email opt-in system, you can send them out an email, whether it's once a week, twice a month, once a month, whatever that is that you're comfortable emailing them. I would say once a month at a minimum and twice a month would be optimum. Every 2 weeks you give them an update. And in that update of what's new, you would share either these articles, videos, or pictures. So this gives the visitors to your website a reason to come back to your website. If you're not doing this currently, then there's no reason for them to come back to your website. So let's show you an example of what opt-in boxes look like. Opt-in boxes can be formed in any way that you like, but here's the general gist of what they look like. What you want to do is you want to offer the visitor a free report, and the free report that the anti-aging doctors would offer would probably be the 24 how to extend your lifespan 24 years using the 7 anti-aging secrets. or whatever you're comfortable offering. And that should be a free white paper or report that as soon as they give you their name and email, that will be automatically downloadable to them. And if you set it up inside the autoresponder, this can all be automated. You don't have to mail out anything. You don't have to, this can be automated 100%. And let me show you how the opt-in system works in the next slide. In the next slide here, this is a screenshot of an AWeber opt-in account. And on the left-hand side, you can see that they have 7 messages lined up. And what happens is you tell it that on the first day, as soon as they opt in, they get the welcome message immediately. And that's where they would get the free PDF. It also says in 4 days to send them the second message. And the third message is sent out in 7 days. And then you see it's 7 days and 7 days. Oops. So you see that you can program this however you want. It could be 7 days, it could be 14 days, it could be 30 days. The great thing is that once you go in here and you set up your messages for the year, let's say you set up 24 messages. And remember, those messages could once again bring them back to your website to see the new content that you're putting in there, the new videos, the new articles, and anything else that you would find valuable or that you think that your patients would find valuable. Okay, so websites and blogs. When I talked about setting up this seminar, people asked me, well, what's the difference between a website and a blog? A website can be a blog, or a website can have a blog. The truth of the matter is that today they're kind of combined. Some blogs just look like blogs and they're labeled blogs, and other websites are labeled websites and they are blogs also. But what the differentiation between a website and a blog is, or what makes a blog is a blog because you are adding fresh content on a regular basis and there is room for remarks to be made by the viewer. So I recommend that you have a blog because using a blog allows you to put fresh content onto your website. Google will find that fresh content, and so when people are searching on the internet, your site will be more relevant. So how do you add a blog if you don't currently have one? It's really quite simple. You can add a blog for free at the following address, www.wordpress.org. You can set up a free WordPress website or blog at this website. And if you already have a website, you can have your web builder create a blog and then place that onto your website where you will add the fresh content. And I'll show you examples of this in a minute. So I believe in this day, 2011, WordPress is absolutely the best platform for building websites. Why? Number one is it's free. Number two is there are developers all over the world creating plugins that allow WordPress to become more valuable and valuable. It's like when you bought your computer in the beginning and you had to go buy Microsoft Word and you had to go buy Photoshop and you had to go buy all these software programs to make your computer more valuable. Do you remember those days? I do. Well, imagine in these days, WordPress, you get this website up for free, and now all the different things that you want to add to your website to make it cooler and more valuable are able to be put on there for free. There are some WordPress developers that charge a small fee for some of their plugins, but let me tell you, the majority of all the plugins that are going to make your website super cool, user-friendly, and very valuable on these search engines are free. So I believe also that adding content is so simple with WordPress. It's like just copy and paste. And I'm going to show you in a little while how to copy and paste a video out of YouTube and put it into a website. Let's go over to 2 examples that I have here of blogs. The blog on the left and in the blue is the URL for it is drsarasota.com. The blog on the right is drkelekimko.com. So in my professional opinion, the website on the left is better for many reasons. Number one is it has a nice big graphic or header. It also has the location where the doctor is located. So he's a doctor in Sarasota. So if you went to your Google account right now and put Dr. Sarasota, guess who would show up in the #1 position? you are correct. This website on the left. Now, if you went and put Dr. Dr. Kalalinko over here is in New York. If you went and put Dr. New York or Dr. Shenetkity or whatever village or city that he's from, he's not necessarily going to show up. So let's take a look at these two websites and tell me what you think. Let me know what you think, but I'll tell you what I like about the one on the left, which is a WordPress blog website. Okay, so let's take a look at this website here. The good thing about this website is it has a lot of content. It has an opt-in box, as we spoke about. Kind of hard to find. I mean, it's buried in there. It has testimonials, and it has what makes the doctor an expert. So for people that like this type of format of reading, I guess this website could be acceptable. Now here's the other Dr. Sarasota website. Let's go to the home page. So on this website, we have the Dr. Sarasota is an anti-aging and regenerative medicine specialist. Here he is with some great graphics with different people at different demographics so people can relate to, the different pictures that are on here. He has an opt-in box right here, contact us. And he has a nice page that it lands to. And a nice page is not just his name and phone number. Look at this. He's got a picture of his building that he works out of. He's got the Google Maps. He's got his Facebook page. And he has his opt-in. Now, this is not my favorite opt-in. You could have two opt-ins on your website. You could have one here, but I would also recommend, and here he has on the right, a newsletter, subscribe to the newsletter. The opt-ins that I prefer are the ones that drop down into the website. So if I was going to leave right now, a drop-down box would say, wait, before you leave, enter your name and email and get our free report, How to Extend Your Life an Extra 24 Years, following the 7 simple principles. The other thing that I like about this website is he's adding fresh content consistently. And right on the first page, here we have a video, which is very nice. We all know that people like to watch videos. And if you're not making videos, I highly encourage you to start creating videos. And what are you going to speak about? It's easy. What I would recommend is you do the top 10 most frequently asked questions that patients ask anti-aging specialists. So the first question might go something like this, or the video would go like this. Sit in front of your camera and say, hi, this is Dr. Smith. One of my most frequently asked questions is, does hormone therapy really work? And then he answers the question. And you could make videos like that. Some of you have seen Dr. Mercola. He's made a lot of videos like that. And he's got viewers, and sometimes he's got up to 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 viewers for some of his videos. Over here where it says Dr. Mateo says, here you have that he's adding new articles every day. Here's a new article today based on obesity, and then here's one on the 24th for soy compound. So this is where his blog is. See how the blog is integrated nice into the website? And see how the pictures are integrated nice in the video. And even cooler down here is he breaks down the hormone replacement for women and hormone replacement for men. He also has a frequently asked question. And in here, this is where you could put the videos we talked about. You could do it in written form or written and video. And this is another area that I like. It's the patient testimonials. Because not only does he have testimonials, but he's got pictures. So look, here's Claudia, age 33. Here's Alan, the financial advisor. So this is where patients that are looking for a good doctor would say, well, I can identify with Lisa, the professional speedboat driver. Okay, maybe it's a small niche of speedboat drivers, but you get my point. Here's even a doctor down here I just saw. Where is the doctor? Here's Deborah, an emergency room physician. So even doctors are coming to our doctor here. So on this website, you also see that he's using Facebook integration. We saw that earlier. He's got plenty of ways to connect with his Twitter account, email him, or his RSS feed up here. So this is a great website, a great blog, all integrated into one. So let's go back to the PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so my next question to you is, how many patients are you getting from your website each month? Do you know the answer to that? I hope you do. My hope is that you know the answer and that that number is rising every month and every year. So if you don't know that, you should realize that your business is to help patients, but you also have to market yourself and treat it like a business. You have to let people know that you exist. You have to use the media. You have to market yourself. And figuring this out, it's just a formula, okay? You have X amount of visitors that come to your website. You'll get Y amount of opt-ins or inquiries. You're going to get Z amount of appointments. So if you want more appointments, you got to get more visitors. And that's why we need to have a fully functional SEO'd website. Here's an important question that I hope you know. How much is each patient worth to you? What is the lifetime value of a patient? There's a lot of great uh, formulas, or there's a lot of great written articles outside on Google that you should go to and figure out, or you can send me an email and I'll send you one of our formulas that we use to try to figure out the lifetime value of a client. You need to know what the lifetime value of a client of your patient is, because once you know the value, you know how much you can invest regularly in patient lead generation. How do you know if your website is working? It's simple. Are you generating new leads each month from your website? If the answer is yes, it's working. If the answer is no, then stay on for the rest of this webinar because we're going to show you how to make this work for you. Second question is, are you bringing in new patients each month? If you're bringing in new patients, congratulations. This is your chart on the right. You should be growing your practice, and the people that are not bringing in new patients each month, once again, stay tuned because we're going to show you how to do that. Okay, so we're talking about websites and blogs. If you properly put together your website that is search engine optimized with a keyword rich domain name, you should show up with effort, and a little bit of effort and a little bit of time, on the first page in the organic search results. It is a known fact that 70% of all web searchers do not go past page 1. So your goal as a business is to be on page 1. If you're not on page 1, you're going to have a hard time people finding you. So for this keyword that's up here, it's bioidentical hormones, Los Angeles. You can see that there are AdWords here. These are the ads where it says right here, the top 3 and the ones on the right-hand side underneath the map. You got your organic search and you got your Google Places. For those of you that have been attending these webinars, you know last month I did a webinar on how to get your free Google Places account. How to get a Google Places account, how to properly optimize it so you have the best chance of showing up on this page 1 or on this map. So this is the objective for any business. And the truth of the matter is you could do all 3 of these. Now in Los Angeles, you could see there's a lot of competition. But with the right company, you can still move to the first page. If you're in a smaller market or in a lot of markets, you could be on the first page in all 3 of these areas very simply and very inexpensively. If you want more information on how to use Google pay-per-click, just send me an email. If you want the reminder of where the video is for the Google Places, how to get your free Google Places listing, then send me an email at dan@a4monlinemembership.com. So this is the goal. If you are doing this, then your business is going to grow. There is no way that you can be on the first page of Google for a keyword-rich domain like bioidentical hormones and not get visitors, and if you have your opt-in page, not get opt-ins, and if you have your autoresponder, staying in touch with them, not get patients. So how much should a good website cost? I told you earlier, and this is true, anybody can build a free website or a free blog at wordpress.org. Now granted, you're not a web developer, and it does take some skill. Even though everything's free, it still takes time and energy, and there is a learning curve for putting this together. So here's the kind of a guideline I've set up for you to keep in mind as you're searching for a website. And if you already have a website, I highly encourage you, if you are not making money from it, to consider another website. Because a website really, once again, is a salesperson that's going to work for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they don't take coffee breaks and they don't get sick. So here's my recommendation. If you're a small office with one doctor, you should be spending anywhere a minimum of $1,500 to about $3,900 for a very good search engine optimized website with videos and articles and blogs and all the things that I just went over. Secondly, if you're a spa or a multi-doctor office, then it's going to cost you a little bit more because you're going to have more things to advertise. You're going to have more pages that need to be developed and indexed inside of Google and the search engines. So the price for a good office, a multi-doctor office or spa is $4,000 to $10,000. Now here's what matters most. What matters most is how fast can this website pay for itself. You know what each client is worth to you, so it's a mathematical formula. More leads equals more visitors equals more clients. If you were using the best practice principles that I shared with you and started getting opt-ins right now at the beginning of 2011, even if you only got one email opt-in per workday or 20 a month, by the end of 1 year, you'd have 240 people that you are communicating with. And I know that if you're communicating with 240 people, giving them relevant content on a regular basis, once or twice a month, sending them videos and audios and pictures and success stories, you are going to get people, you're going to get new patients, you're going to help more people. And even if the people on your list do not come in, they're going to share that information with their family members or their loved ones or their friends that need your services. So you cannot afford to not have a autoresponder email list building system. If you don't have one, it is about time you get busy and you start creating one now. I want you to think of your website as your newspaper, your TV or YouTube channel, and it is your gateway to online searchers. People are searching constantly with Google and the other search engines. People are now searching from their iPads and from their cell phones. I mean, if somebody is sitting around like I do when I'm waiting for a rental car or I'm in the airport or wherever I got dead time, I am on my iPhone looking up things. And this is how people search in 2011. If you're spending money on newspapers and radio and yellow pages, I would highly encourage you to change that around in 2011 and put all of your money or the majority of it into your website, social media, pay-per-click, Facebook marketing. You are going to get the highest rate of return, guaranteed, when you make that switch over to social media into a great SEO'd website. So what do you do now? Very simple. The first thing you have to do if you already own a website is that you have to get an opt-in box. And I'm talking about a drop-down opt-in box, so as people are going to leave the website, they're going to see your offer for a free report. Now you could find these scripts in Google for free, but you still got to pay your programmer or your web developer to put it on your website. So that should cost you no more than $100 and probably a lot less. Okay, the next thing you need is an autoresponder. And an autoresponder is going to cost you $20 a month to stay in touch automatically with your clients. And that $20 a month will allow you to have up to 1,000 names. If you get to 2,000 names, I think it's $30 a month. If you got 2,000 names that you're marketing to every month, you have a very good business that is growing. If you don't have a blog, then you need to immediately add a blog. Once again, you're going to have your web builder or your website developer put this blog on there. And once you get that blog on there, I challenge you and I really beg you to add at least one new fresh content a week and make that relevant, because your audience will come to appreciate you taking the time to inform them of the latest information, because we know in this day and age that there are medical breakthroughs happening almost every day, and you can share that with them on with your autoresponder and on your blog. So What also can you do now? You can ask us to recommend our preferred vendors that are building websites like the website that I showed you, Dr. Sarasota, that is highly optimized, that shows up on the first page of Google when you put Dr. Sarasota. And you need to make sure that if you don't come to us for a recommendation, that you should find a proven website builder that knows how to search engine optimize, and that you could see his websites. Like, they can show you examples of where they've shown. If they can't show you examples of where their beautiful websites are showing up or their ugly websites are showing up inside of Google, then I would say pass and go on to the next one. So remember, your website is your 24-hour day, 7 days a week salesperson. So I told you I would show you how to add a YouTube video to a blog, how simple that was. So let me go back and show you that now. Okay, so here's a website that we run called localadranks.com. And in this website slash blog or WordPress blog, I'm going to show you how to enter a YouTube video. So let's go back here, and I already logged in, so it's going to take me to my admin page. And here's my admin page, and it's very easy to navigate. You add your plugins over here, you add users, you can authorize users, there's tools, settings, and I want to add a post. I right here post, and then I put add post. So here's one that I would put add post, and in this case I'm going to put edit post. I'm going to go over here to YouTube. I'm going to click on this enter video, A4M International 09. I'm going to go down here and grab the embedded code. I'm just going to copy and paste, Control C, go back over here, add it into here, Control V, update the post. So right now I basically just showed you, I'm showing you how to add fresh content. They don't have to be your videos. You can use any of the videos that are on YouTube. It's the public domain once they're posted there. So if you find relative content for your patients, go grab it, add it to your site. And here it is. I'll play it so you see how it works.
The A4M is the largest anti-aging medical organization in the world.
So you didn't even have to create the video. You just have to have it proper website set up on WordPress so you can do this. This is how simple it is. You can do it. Somebody in your office can do it. You don't need a web developer to charge you every time you want to add a video or content. And it's just as easy to add articles and music, MP3s and pictures. Same thing. Copy and paste and post. And I hope you find this very valuable. Let's go back to the remainder of the PowerPoint presentation. So in closing, what you should do now is, if you don't have a website, you should contact me at the email below, Dan@A4M Online Membership. We've worked out a great deal for you to be able to get a customized WordPress blog, SEO, pictures, videos, everything for a very, very good price. I'm going to send include in this video, I'm going to include an address where you can go check out that website and some of the other ones that have been built and the price on it. And if you have any questions, just shoot me an email. If you already have a website and you don't know what to do, shoot me an email, and we can also see if we can help consult you on how you can maximize your website. So I want to thank everybody for attending the event tonight. It was great sharing with you some of these basics of web marketing and blogs, and I hope you have a great week.